Welcome back to 1819 Kitchen Restoration, Farmhouse Restoration. I'm Dixon Does It. And we're going to finish this off. I'm saying this right now, and it might be 2 months later when I get this project done, but, you know, let's get moving. So I'm sanding the floor, and it doesn't look like I'm getting anywhere, but then it actually does. Not actually. I'm sanding the old tar, glue, whatever they use to have the tiles down. Over here, they really made a mess of it, but we're going to be putting tiles here so the pellet stove can sit there. Yeah, I'm kind of just like going board by board. There's these black lines that they used for something. I'm just using those, following them. So what I was trying to say was they don't make big wide countertops like that, so I had to drill holes in it with a special little tool that lined things up and put like dowels in there. So I glued it all together, and now there's a clamp on it, so that's going to clamp, it's going to glue, it's going to set overnight, and then I'm going to cut my hole out and drop the stovetop in there, and the electric's already ran, so we'll just plop that in and be good to go, and we can cook food on it. That should be awesome, because now we got to throw all our aluminum pans out because it's magnet cooking and it's got to be magnetic to cook on it. But it heats up faster, so that should be way fun, because cooking an egg took like 20 minutes, so that was awful. All right, back to work. All right, Lady Dixon grabbed a drum sander and got all this and found some spots she didn't like, so those are filled. Those will get sanded. And then tomorrow she's going to poly it, and, you know, that's going to take a couple days. We got this in. Yeah. So this is done. It's pretty cool. I put a pan of water on there, looked over there, came back, and it was boiling. It was crazy. So big time investment. Loving it. I am too close, aren't I? Okay. So it's coming together. Now I'm over in this corner here where the oven's going to go. Oven, cabinet, something, I don't know. But these are 25 inches. These are 24 inches. What I don't want is the countertop sticking out past the oven. So I'm going to set this out an inch. And then that way the countertop will come to the edge here. Boop, done. But that means I got to take that out and run a cable up and put a box there so I can connect everything. Let's do this. All right, so that's in. I've got the cabinet over here. There's a big gap up there. I'm gonna have to put something there. I got a temporary top on there. It's a good thing I did, because this is gonna be all wonky. There's a gap there, so I can always use this to make a template for when I put the good one on. I left an inch gap here. It's actually an inch and an eighth. I had to put a piece of wood back in here. Had to fill back in there because I didn't want this sticking out past there. That would just look dumb. You know, so now it's sitting back here. If I can get it back in there. Sitting back in here, it's still hanging over like a regular countertop would. And then I've got a little tiny reveal there, so, you know, it looks way better. Underneath, I'll just have a piece of, you know, trim going underneath there. So cool. And this is level, it's plumb, I'm loving it. The only thing, we've got a little gap here. I don't know what I'm gonna do there. Yeah, I'll fix it. So now I gotta build a platform to sit the oven on so I can wire it and then shove it in, because there's no way to put it in there and then wire it. I mean, I could watch a video, but, you know, this is probably the easiest way I can think of. So let me build a platform. Okay, that's built. And this is like the heaviest appliance I've ever had. It's not rocking, so yeah, it's got to sit on there. Lady Dixon's got this floor looking spanking. Right now she filled low spots, and she's color matching poorly, but you know, better than it was. And then we will get, it's gonna take a whole day, a couple layers, but we gotta go buy that stuff. While we're out, I gotta buy connectors for my wires, because you know, buy the wire, don't buy the connectors. And it's in. This thing was heavy, and I've owned a Sony Trinitron TV, so I know what heavy is. That thing was disgusting. The three of us to get it up the little tiny steps over there, and then two of us to like jam it in there. That was awful. But it's in, it's hooked up. I went out and I bought my connectors at Home Depot. Oh, the expensive stuff is done. So now Lady Dixon's going to seal the floor. We're going to be out of here for about a week. I've got other things to work on, like things like gardening and drinking. It's beautiful out here. I don't know why I would bring this whole thing into August. I know the deadline's my deadline's August, but I'm just gonna keep moving. I'm gonna get this done because I really don't want to do it anymore. But I want it done, and I you know, so you know, that's Dixon does it. Got some trim work and some paint work, and the next video is basically going to be this is what it looked like, and now this is what it looks like. But you're going to want to know what it looks like, so stay tuned. 1819 Farmhouse Restoration. Peace out.